I'll go through each one from your list and you can give me the rank and reasoning for each. So, first up, waiting for rates to drop. What rank would you give that and why?
Oh, I think this is a top one. It's either one or two because people are always waiting for the rates to drop and they think that's going to impact the market or however that they think for some reason that rates dropping are going to allow for them to pull the trigger. And I just don't think that's the case. I think that people are generally afraid of pulling the trigger. And so they're going to find excuses that slow them down from moving forward with a real estate deal.
All right, next, I don't have enough money. Where would that rank for you and what's the reasoning?
I don't have enough money is just a mental block. I would rate that number three. There's a lot of people that do have money. And so if you found the deal, there's no reason why you can't find somebody that would want to do that deal with you, whether they're going to be a lender or a partner or somehow help you get that deal done.
All right, next, analysis paralysis. What rank would you give that one?
Analysis paralysis, I would probably give a number four because I think analysis paralysis means that somebody has taken enough steps to actually think in depth at it and think in depth about a project. And so I like that they are in analysis. They're actually crunching the numbers and that they're hoping that it can turn into a deal. But analysis paralysis would rank a little bit lower on the list because I think there are other barriers created before someone will ever spend enough time to think that deal could be for them. So I'm going to put that at number four.
All right, next, fear of tenants. Where would you place that?
The fear of tenants is probably a number one or number two. I'm going to give it a number one simply because there's an emotional barrier there. And I don't understand why that's the case. I personally don't love being a property manager and directly having to work with the tenants, but I love working with my property managers and having good conversations as to how we want to give a good positive experience in our homes to our tenants. And so I don't have to worry so much about the tenants. I have to worry about the property managers. And by worrying about the property managers, they know what my expectations are of how we're going to take care of the property, how we're going to take care of the tenant. And that's really valuable for me.
Yeah, that's really insightful. I think that emotional barrier is huge. People just imagine the worst case scenarios and it freezes them. All right, next, don't know where to start. What rank do you give that one?
That's definitely in a top three. And I'm going to give it a number two for that one is that people just don't know where to start. And it's a lack of clarity is really what it comes down to. A lack of education and knowing what the steps are of being able to get started and not just how to get started, but how not to mess it up, making it a challenge because you lose money or you have too big of a challenge that it's hard to overcome, or I'm not a contractor. Just the not knowing where to start is education and what are the steps of being able to get going in real estate. So there might be too many strategies or too many voices, but the simple first step is getting educated and getting in the room with people of similar mindset and allowing yourself to learn from those individuals.
All right, last one, waiting for the perfect market. What rank would you give that?
Waiting for the perfect market definitely tops the list because people are always thinking that there's going to be some perfect condition that allows for them to move forward. And in reality, it requires us to create the perfect conditions that allow for us to succeed in any task that we put our mind to. So if it's going to be real estate investing, I have to create perfection out of the situation that I find and I'm looking for and being able to improve it and add value that allows for me to gain a return on investment. So the perfect market is created by me because I've taken action on something that solves somebody else's problem because I provided enough value.